Welcome to the 3Haunted podcast, where we bring you all things horror, supernatural, folklore, mythology, and all things that go bump in the night.
Hey guys, this is your co-host Ashley Lunar Goddess, Gorilla Girl filmmaker and horror-loving cinephile. I'm just your average pun-making swearwolf that loves to explore the spookier things in life.
I'm your co-host John Thomas, paranormal investigator, super smartass, and film lover extraordinaire.
What's up, ghouls, gals, and all my meta pals? In today's episode, we're bringing back one of our favorite topics. That's right, friends. Welcome back to our annual episode of Paranormal Games That People Play. Who volunteers as a tribute this time? Is it Lila? Is it John? Or maybe it's Shane. Light your candle, knock on the door, and join us as we dive into this world.
But first, a word from our network sponsor.
Are you looking for more awesome podcasts? Head on over to withoutyourhead.com for access to the Without Your Head podcast network, where you'll find a variety of podcasts sure to keep you entertained and coming back for more.
You said, light your candle.
You like how I didn't put my name in there? I'm not doing it at all. Nuh-uh.
Lila's like, I got the candles ready, let's go.
Candle be lit.
And she's got the ghost in the closet, from last time that we did.
Surprise, motherfucker.
What is when you smell burnt toast? What does that mean?
That's a stroke.
I was going to say, is that like a stroke or something?
I think that
It
actually
is.
is.
It
yes.
is, but you said that they were making toast, so it doesn't count if you're actively making toast and you smell toast.
Totally fine.
That
If there is
automatically-
toast, it's
think you're having
probably
a
not a
stroke.
stroke.
That would have been the response with the knock on the door. Do you smell burnt toast? You're having a stroke. Call 911. Stop knocking on my door.
Call 911 now.
Do
Don't talk
you
to me.
smell burnt toast? Are you disturbed by spooks and ghosts and specters? Then call the Ghostbusters. I butchered that joke.
Or
That's
Toastbusters.
Toastbusters!
Toastbusters.
Oh, Toastbusters.
Anyways, back to the matter at hand.
Welcome back, everybody. Ashley did tell you our guest. Of course, we have to bring back the same people that came from the first Paranormal Games. We have Shane and Lila. Welcome back. Woo!
Hey, yo.
Yeah, it's only appropriate to bring you both back. Like, it can't be done with any other combination.
No.
Aw, I feel honored.
There was magic that night.
Yes.
I don't remember the episode, to be honest.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Wow. Hurtful. I'm sure.
Actually, it wasn't
just
just
'cause I have a
magic,
really bad
it was dark magic.
It was dark magic. I like that.
I remember,
And Shane's
I remember
fired.
the Midnight Man.
Yes.
Didn't we go over the
Midnight
Midnight Man?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Midnight Man, yes.
There was the one
And
with
11
the doll.
Mile Road. Yep.
The doll, remember the torturing of the doll? Hide and seek with the
Yeah.
doll.
Whatever
Hide and
that
seek
was
with
about.
the demon.
Yep.
There was 11 Mile Road.
Stabbing the doll with the bathtub.
Has anyone played Lighter Than a Feather?
Yes.
Light as a feather?
Or Light as a Feather? That's what it yeah.
I bet you
Yep.
boys have been
You
stiff
have?
as a board. Ayo!
Oh, yeah. Ayo.
Oh. Only after I played
Sorry.
Light as a Feather.
I get it.
And logging off again.
Oh my god, I forgot. That's your dad.
Lila,
Sorry.
earmuffs.
Earmuffs, Lila. I apologize.
Just every time. Just every time I come on an episode.
But you do so well.
And it makes it funnier because you're here, so it may be uncomfortable for you, but it's funnier for everybody else.
Great. I'm here for the comedic value.
Exactly.
I am thoroughly amused.
When I go back and listen to the episodes, I laugh my ass off. So yes.
That's good.
So back to your question. I believe we all have played Light as a Feather, Stiff as a Board. Have you?
I have not.
Oh.
What?
I have not. Yeah.
Why not?
He's a pretty tall dude. I don't think many people could, like, levitate his ass.
I was friends with a bunch of pessimists,
There you go.
They didn't believe.
They didn't believe, yeah. They're like, no
Yeah,
way.
I think that's most of it. You have to believe.
Is that what it
You
is?
have
It's
to
all
have
belief?
faith for it to work, father.
I do believe in fairies.
I do.
All right. So who's got the opening fucked up game for the night?
I mean, I have the one that I put on the script, which is I mean, I have more than that, but I
We
kind of
don't
want to
use
talk about that
scripts,
one.
Jonathan.
Oh, whatever. You know what I mean.
It's all
The
improv.
notes. The notes.
Don't let people think that we write our jokes. There's nothing written.
Oh,
in
we
the
definitely
jokes.
don't write our jokes.
I feel like that's the most obvious part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane says, if there's a script, you guys suck. You didn't send it to me.
Yeah, I didn't know about it.
All right. Not
That's why
script,
he
but
wasn't getting the
notes.
lines right. Got it.
Flying blind. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, that's why he doesn't remember the games from last time.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, I was supposed to remember.
Oh, we thought we CC'd you on that.
Yeah.
My bad. As per my last email.
Right. Oh, dear Lord.
What's an email? Just kidding.
I suck at emails. I just nope. Whoever
Nope.
created emails should get shot in the foot. Or just one toe.
I think that was Al Gore.
Take his toe.
And that's the show for tonight. Good night.
Did you say you had one, John?
I gotta do it stand up holding this mic too because I don't have my mic stand.
I know, it's so funny.
I know, he
He's
was
just
like,
holding
so,
it up all happy and, hey,
I just
back at
flew in
you.
from New York, and boy, are my arms
I'm in
tired.
my underwear.
I'm in my, oh my God.
You too? I shouldn't
All right.
stand up.
Don't
It is
stand up.
100.
Don't
It is
stand up.
111 degrees.
It's 100 something here too.
It's ridiculous. In Colorado,
Yeah, Colorado hit 100 like 104 earlier. Yeah, it was not fun.
you guys have swamp coolers and ACs out there, though, right? At least. Yeah.
Some do, but I don't.
Ice your balls.
That's why I got my spray bottle with water. I spray my face.
I was like, that's an iPad. Never mind.
This one, the green one, brat. All right, back to the matter at hand.
Back, yeah.
If we ever get there.
This is how you open a freaking show.
True.
But no, I have one called The Runner, which I thought was funny. So any chubby people and out of shape people like myself, don't do this one.
No
Just
body
saying.
shame.
No. I mean, I'm chubby, but hey,
I'm
whatever.
teasing. Okay.
So your requirements are a long hallway or corridor with no windows. And if you have them, go ahead and cover them up as much as possible. Make it super dark. You need a sharp object, good pair of running shoes, it says, and something you wish to duplicate. Not a living thing, so let's not say, oh, I want whatever.
Damn, I was about to ask, can I duplicate myself?
And the scary part is running with sharp objects, obviously.
Yes. No.
One of you is enough.
No, one of me is not enough. I need someone to do laundry. Make that bitch do it. All right.
Don't talk to Lila like that.
Oh, wow.
I met my clone, Shane.
This episode is chaos.
Your
sure
clone
is.
Shane? You have a Shane
Yes.
clone?
I
Yes.
wish I had a Shane clone.
Okay, running shoes.
Running
That's
shoes.
the last thing I recall.
Yes, running shoes.
Jesus, if ADD had an episode, it would be this right here.
It can't be a living object.
No
this
living object.
Let's just pause for just a moment. This is what happens when all of us spent a big season together and then we haven't seen each other in a while. It's
Right.
just it's like seeing your favorite group of people.
Yes,
And
the
then
gang's
suddenly
back together.
Madness! So this could
Y'all
be
think
gangs
you're
back
my
together.
favorites. That's cute.
I said yours, and I was
Ow.
speaking for myself.
Oh,
I know we're not your favorite, but
Yeah, rude.
okay.
All right,
Go ahead.
going back. Long hallway, nice and dark. No windows. If it's dark, go ahead and cover those bitches up. Make sure you have a sharp object. You're not running with it, Shane. A good pair of running shoes, something you wish to duplicate, and stamina. Because, of
are you
course,
only wearing your running shoes?
You can.
Well, they did say have stamina. So there's a lot implied here. Okay, go ahead. Stamina.
Nice sharp
Yes.
object.
Dear Lord. But
Nike, just do it.
And there you go. New ad for
Okay,
Nike.
sorry, John.
You're totally fine. Like she said, this is what happens. All right. You begin at night. Put on your running shoes. Because, they probably wouldn't be on already or something. Do some stretches. Make sure your sharp object is sterilized and close at hand. I know, this is so funny.
Take a yoga class before you do this shit.
Do this, yes.
Nice
Bring all, bring all your supplies, including your wager, to the hallway. Turn off the lights and make sure to cover any exit signs or windows, like I had said before, or doors that may be open. Using your sharp object, as usual, cut yourself to draw blood.
Here we go.
But with that, you are making the starting line from wall to wall with your blood.
Whoa, that's fucked.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot of blood. All right.
So what if you pass out in between there?
There's more, because you have to go up to the end of the hall and do the finishing line.
The finish line. Okay, well.
Yes. Make sure there's enough room, from the starting line so you can stand behind it, and for the finishing line so you can place your wager and you can run through. So you're not just running into a wall like I would do.
After the amount of blood you have to give for the start and finish line, you're going to be running into some shit.
Yeah.
That's the idea. They want you off kilter when you start the actual game.
Yeah, they want you completely woozy.
Probably, because you are summoning a demon to kind of race.
Oh, great, of course.
Yes. Wonderful. Once you're behind the starting line, close your eyes and try to visualize your opponent. Don't get too specific, otherwise, your opponent might not show. If you hear silence, your opponent has chosen not to come. Clean up your lines and depart from the hallway. Get all your shit. You can try another time. If you hear a voice next to you, your opponent has arrived and you may continue. Do not look at your opponent. Look straight ahead. When your opponent asks, "What are the stakes?" reply, "Double or nothing." Say nothing more. So you say aloud, "On your marks, get set, go." You and your opponent must begin running at the same time.
How do you know if they're running at the same time?
You just hear the footsteps. I don't know. You assume.
I'm just
don't-
imagining Mario Kart music going
Right?
on in my head. Yeah.
Mario Kart, whee! Yeah. So, if you lose, your opponent and your wager will be nowhere to be seen. So basically, he knows he won. He took his shit and he's gone.
What was the
it's-
wager?
Whatever you wager. So say you want something stupid like you put $50 there or whatever, and you say double or nothing, so you get $100. What the demon's going to do with $100 is beyond me. But just whatever you decide that you want to duplicate.
It's his business.
Yeah.
It's his business. Or hers.
Right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Buy some new running shoes.
Yes. Probably. Some
he
more
lost.
blood.
So,
So basically, if you lose, your opponent and whatever you waged is gone. And he will take it. If you win, your opponent will be nowhere to be seen, and 3 things will be left behind the finish line. 1, your wage, the duplicate, and a small piece of paper with the word "again?" ? Do not race again, no matter the outcome.
they let you win
Dun,
the
dun.
first time. Dun, dun, dun.
So I feel like someone has done this.
Right? If you try it again, I'm pretty sure it's not a good thing.
Yeah, because he bought new running shoes.
I'm gonna say, this one, not too bad. This one, yes, there's a blood sacrifice to it, but I could race. I can do that.
More power to you. I can't do it.
This doesn't seem that bad. And if you lose, he just takes your stuff and leaves. That's fine.
You hope.
I get
There's
to
a few,
live.
there's a few things with that though, because you're imagining. You have to imagine, right? Who your opponent is.
Mm-hmm.
So that requires you. What are you visualizing off of? The first demon that maybe you recalled seeing on Wikipedia. What are you imagining exactly? So who's that gonna manifest? But 2, who's
Stay
to say
Puft
what their
Marshmallow.
wager was? We know what yours was, but it doesn't mean they're meeting the pot, right?
Right. That's
Right.
why I was like, what is the demon win when you lose?
Yeah, what was their
stuff,
their
right?
if I win?
I mean, he just takes your $50.
Whatever, whatever you waged, basically. So if you
So
say...
not your soul.
No, just whatever you threw out there behind the finish line.
Because you can't have 2.
Well, he does take 2, because he
'cause
takes
demons-
the duplicate and...
Well, and demons are in lore very big on the semantics, right? Loopholes of semantics.
Mm-hmm.
So if you put your wager down and you're saying double or nothing, but not double my wager or nothing, it's just double or nothing, then they're like double what? Double like you said, you don't have two souls, but what if it's like a portion of your soul or like torture of some sort or like a time? I don't know. I feel like it just needs to be more specific than double or nothing.
Especially for a game where like you lose a large amount of blood in the beginning. I just see myself like starting off and then stumbling and hitting my head into the wall and just passing out, and that would be
Falling
it.
face first.
Yeah.
Right.
Like beer fest or something.
Hopefully you don't really need that much blood, just enough for a streak. But yeah,
I was going to say like a thin line.
I'm an
across.
overdoer though. I want to do like, the lines in the middle of the road so I know where the path is.
You're gonna dot with
see,
your
they-
blood.
Yeah, I gotta do. Yeah.
And it's funny because it said that you can do that too, but it's not necessary because you can't really
my
look
God.
over to see. So yeah, because hello, all that blood, that's extra. You better
Like,
find
could you
somebody else.
imagine though playing this game because it says to block off windows, block off doors, block off all this stuff? Could you imagine if someone just walks in, like this is their floor, and they walk in and,
And you're
there's
just
like
naked with running shoes on, and there's blood start line. You're like
right?
what?
Oh my goodness! Like how startled would you and the demon be? Like what the fuck?
Oh god!
The demon just looks at them and is like, he summoned me. I don't know what to
Just look at each
say.
other, look at the person.
Hey man,
What?
I got called here. You think I wanted to be here on a Tuesday
Right.
night? Heck
You think
no.
I like to race crazy
This
assholes
jerk's trying to race me.
naked and
There's
He's
just
just got-
blood on
he's
the
got tennis
wall.
shoes on.
Someone passed out in the corner.
No one told him just to put tennis shoes on.
Oh my goodness! And this is why we brought you both back for this episode.
it's just so many things here.
But I'm with Lila on that one. I think I would try that one more than some of these other ones.
I wouldn't know. You would. Do you know how much blood it would take to do that? Like, I wouldn't try that just from the premise of how much blood that would take.
It's a thin little streak. It's fine. I have more.
More.
And what if you're a hemophiliac?
I can lose a little because I have enough. I don't need to be selfish.
What if you accidentally hit an artery, and it's like one of those Japanese samurai films?
Oh dear
You're
lord!
just like,
All
Well,
over the place.
you know,
The demon's like, I have no idea where the finish line is. There's blood everywhere.
Right.
he just appears,
you need to
kind of looks around
redraw.
the room, and is like,
He's running in a circle like a dog chasing its tail.
"All right, you win."
You win. I'm out. Whatever.
I don't even know anymore.
He's like, I didn't sign up for
$50.
this shit. They're gonna
Seems
blame
like
me
fucked
on
up
this
shit
one.
my day, but this takes the cake.
I don't want your
Here's-
$50.
I'm going
Here's the
back
other
to hell.
thing, though. Like, here's the other thing. Just because you have to wait to start to hear the demon's like voice, right? But
Right.
it's not like there's rules in place, like contractually with these demons. Like someone in behind the scenes created this game and said, "Okay, demons, you have to follow these rules, or else." So it's like this dope just drew blood and is like, "Hey, come out and play." And who's to say the demon doesn't show up quietly? And it's just like chilling there and waits for you to like turn around to start removing blood and like, boom, bitch, I'm gone.
Or
And
just
off they
started
go.
without your knowing it and just came out and
Right.
like all
So
quietly
trip
goes
them.
across the finish line. Yeah.
Right?
Triple.
Fun.
Exactly.
head
Like,
start.
like I'm just
Cheat.
waiting for you.
I mean, see, technically he could start running, but then, he would run out of space because there's no finish line, so he would run into the wall or door or whatever. So if he doesn't wait for you, then it's on him or her.
Yeah.
I love
I don't
that.
know.
Accountability for demons.
Demons
Right.
Anonymous.
Demons 101.
Hold them accountable.
Subsection accountability.
Yes.
All right. I have one for you.
Sweet.
So, have you guys heard of that Japanese text board 2 channel?
No.
No.
Okay. It's like a social media text, like almost like a Reddit, but for
It's like creepypasta or what?
in Japan. Kind of, yeah.
okay.
And so there's a bunch of games posted on there. One of them is called the Shadow Doll game, because I got to bring you the creepy dolls.
I love that.
Kage Ningyo-san. I hope I'm saying that right. So the Shadow
you.
Doll game. Thank you. So this is a simple does not equal safe form of necromancy. So here we go. So it's only one person and you play at your own risk. You are required to have at least a doll, me and the dolls, candle, matches or a lighter, a large tray, a small plate, water, salt, and a quiet, dark room, and also a small table. So you're going to come prepared with 2 questions. They have to be questions that are in the form of like multiple choice, like yes or no. And you'll see why. It can't be something like, give me some poetic answer. It's yes or no questions. And it's done in a room. You have to have a blank wall. So one without a window, without decor, without anything, just a blank wall. Windows need to be covered, lights off. So you're going to place the table next to your blank wall. And you need enough space where you can stand between the table and the wall. And you are going to place the candle on the table and then the big tray in between the candle and the wall. And then you're going to fill the big tray with water, but not to the point where it overflows. It just fills the bottom. And then you put the small tray on top of that and you put the doll in there, like standing up. So it needs to be a doll that can actually stand upright or prop it upright. And that's between the candle and the edge of the table. And you light the candle. You check the wall to make sure you can see the doll's shadow on the wall. So you can see where we're kind of going here, maybe. If the doll does not have a name, this is where you name the doll. They do not suggest naming the doll your name or anybody that you know. So pick a really like obscure name of something that you just really don't know. You stand between the table and the wall, and you face the wall with your back to the doll. Your shadow should obscure the shadow of the doll. If not, adjust it until it does, and do not turn around. You're not supposed to face the flame, so you keep your back at all times to the doll, which gets a little tricky later. This is how house fires get started, by the way.
Yes.
You remain focused on the shadow on the wall. Now it's time to call forth the doll. Speaking to the shadow on the wall, you say aloud the following phrase 3 times. And it's whatever the doll's name is. We'll call it Susie. Susie, please come. Susie, please come. And you say it a total 3 times. You're not supposed to turn around. You keep your back against that the entire time and you wait. You wait and watch. The summoning has not worked if the shadow doesn't move at all. And you repeat the summoning until the shadow shakes or moves. If the shadow shakes or moves, the summoning has succeeded and you may proceed. Now, if it doesn't, let's say it doesn't work, you don't see the shadow shaking at all, like something's moving behind you, not the flickering of a candle, but actual movement, you can choose at this point to end the game. And there's a way to end the game. But if it's like, it's basically, it's a farewell. You say, you thank the doll for their time, and then you do a full routine. But that's if you choose, like, hey, it's not working, the doll's not responding or summoning. But let's say, hey, it worked, the doll shook it out. And now you may ask the doll one of your questions. Make sure to include how the doll may answer in your question, though. So you indicate, like, here's my question. Okay, doll. Yes, if you swing to the left. No, if you swing to the right. Or you can say another answer, like, you know, I can't even think of it. But, like, if you give them multiple choices to choose from, you say which direction the shadow is supposed to swing. So you're basically going to see the shadow of a doll tick-tock to the left or the right, which is scary as fuck, by the way. Because essentially your shadow is blocking theirs, right? So it literally has to be moving pretty far if you're going to see something against the wall, shadow move on the wall. And you're never supposed to turn around to look at the doll.
What happens if you do?
We'll get to that. So you watch and you wait. And you wait for the answer. And when you get your answer, then you ask your second question. If the doll is not sure of the answer, or it just doesn't give a fuck about your question, you're not going to see any movement. So it's just move on to your next question. You include the instructions on how to answer, and you remain focused. You watch and you wait. What do you see? Once you've gotten your answers to your questions, or you're just not getting anything after the initial shake, you do your farewell. And this is where things get a little tricky. You thank the doll for their time. You don't turn around. Still facing the wall, you're supposed to reach behind you, find the candle, and extinguish it. So mind you, there's a doll that you're not supposed to be looking at there that's been moving, right? And you're supposed to reach around that doll and extinguish the candle without knocking the candle over, without setting the whole fucking place on fire, without a doll biting your fingers off. Like, whatever's going on, you got to reach behind there and extinguish the candle.
It's the toughest reach around I've ever heard.
And you're not supposed to turn around until the candle has been fully extinguished. Now, if you cannot get the candle out safely, then you're supposed to wait for the candle to burn out. So don't choose a big fucking candle, because otherwise you're going to be waiting a while.
What are those Santa Maria candles?
That's what I was going to say.
Like, shit.
Once the candle's out, you can actually safely turn around at that point. You clear your supplies, you put the salt, you sprinkle it on the plate and the tray, then wash both thoroughly with water. You're supposed to store the doll somewhere dark, safe, and locked out of the way for 3 days. So that thing needs to be locked away for 3 days. It's funny how this 3 is a reoccurring number, right? It says you may also place an offering of food near it. So who knows what you summon, but now you're giving it some food, and you keep it stored for 3 days. At that point, you may then put it wherever you want it after 3 days. If at any point, here's some notes from the game. If at any point during the game, you hear laughter in the room that is not your own, it says terminate the game immediately. Don't know what that means. Something else summoned in, because if you hear laughter that's not your own, you better hope you can reach around to grab that candle, right? Because you're not supposed to turn around and put it out and do all the shit you're supposed to do without surprise, motherfucker, happening. I don't know.
It's when you have a little squirt bottle and just squirt it behind it. Done.
If you turn around sooner than you're supposed to, all it says is you're on your own.
Lovely.
You're on your own with what happens.
I wonder how many like small girls with dolls giving their doll a bath have accidentally played this game. Like just accidentally summon something.
Oops.
Just giving my doll a bath.
Like playing shadow puppets. It's going to make you think twice, though, playing shadow puppets at night, right? Like, wait, did my finger move that way? Was that me? Was that something else? Like, I don't know. It's just...
Well, I could just imagine like me there in front of the candle, just like, trying to get the candle and like bang it, and then I knock it over and knock the doll over.
What are you summoning into that? Like, because the water is the conduit, right? You put the doll on a plate over water, like, and you're going into some state where you're calling something forward, but like, what are you calling forth? Because something entered that doll. Susie did not have something in her before we called her forth, so like, what the hell entered the doll? And then it's like, and if you hear laughter in the room, call it all off. Like, wow, what are we summoning?
Nothing good.
With also like, wait 3 days, like keep it locked for 3 days. Okay, and then on the 4th, is it supposed to just magically disappear? Especially if you're giving food offerings. I'd stick around. Like, you're going to feed me? Sure.
Hey, everything has rules.
Right. I like how it says that if you hear laughter that's not your own. Like, you're not going to know if you're
gonna
laughing.
be
Like, what
laughing.
the fuck?
Well, some people get nervous and scared, and that's probably like what would happen if you see
Yeah.
this thing TikToking, like a little doll hand waving off to the side or something. Like, yeah, I'm gonna laugh nervously, like, oh fuck, it worked. But like,
Hello.
Yeah, you didn't say
Yeah,
the
I
first
can see
rule.
that.
Eat the shrooms.
Eat the shrooms.
it's the shrooms, consume the
Who's
shrooms.
laughing? Who's laughing?
You know, then it starts to get into like, for me, like you could throw a little Wicca in this and change it even more. Like, what color is the candle? Are you etching something
Yeah.
on the candle? Is there like so many deviations here? But holy shit, that's scary.
Yeah.
It's complicated rules and it's very precise, but it's also like dangerously vague at the same time. I feel like, yeah, you just left out a lot of the important parts that, I really want to know. What am I summoning? Am I summoning Annabelle?
Right? And the fact that your back is turned this entire time,
Yeah, I don't like
so
that.
you don't see what's
Hard pass.
behind
Don't like
you
that.
at all. Like, nope.
I don't even like
Go, go, go.
getting in the ocean or a lake because I can't see underneath me. So, yeah, that ain't happening.
I'm nosy and impulsive. I would turn around and then immediately be killed. Which is why I would not try this game. This episode is going to turn into would Lila play this game?
Know your weaknesses. Yeah.
First one, yes. This one, absolutely no.
Lila would cut herself to raise a demon in some hookahs, race a demon, but she won't play with dolls.
Yeah.
No.
She would draw lines
hard
in
pass.
blood, race in some sneakers, but she's not gonna summon a doll demon thing.
I'm good with neither. Like, just say no to demons.
What if you had a mirror?
I don't think you're supposed to look at all.
What if you had your glasses? What if you had a bowl of water in front of you and you're like, okay, time to put the candle out and just toss it over your shoulder?
Douse
Well,
the
like
doll.
you said, a squirt bottle. Just
Yeah.
spray it behind you and hope for the best.
And you squirt it in the face and it pisses it off.
Because that,
Stabs you
that would be
anyways.
the scariest part for me once you've seen it moving, right? Is like, now I gotta reach behind me and not like, oh no. Like, that's.
That's why this one's a hard pass for me, is like, I want to look. I don't want to be blindsided, quite literally. I'll run through a dark, creepy, like, corridor in some sneakers, but I want to know what's going on behind me. And if I can't see this doll, then it's a no.
That's a no for me.
That's going to be a no for me, dog. Definitely.
No for me, dog.
All right, who's got the next one?
I've got a little mini one.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So it's called Blue Baby.
Ooh.
Which, okay, this one's not as spooky, but it could be interesting. So this is played with just one person, and it requires a bathroom, a lock, a mirror, and a toilet. Things that many
okay.
bathrooms have.
Sounds like a party.
Sounds like a party. So if you can tell, this takes place in a bathroom, as included in the you need a bathroom for this. And you can play at any time at night. So there is not a specific time limit. You can stay up past your bedtime. It's great. You're going to start by locking your bathroom door and facing the mirror in front of you. You're going to hold your arms as if you are cradling a baby and repeat Blue Baby 13 times. So just like you're cradling a baby, Blue Baby 13 times. And then as you're chanting, you should start to feel a weight growing in your arms, like something is actually being held by you. And then once you feel scratches on your arms, you're going to drop the weight into the toilet, flush it, unlock the door, and get out.
What the fuck?
That's the game.
This game.
That's
What?
the game.
I
The
remember
fuckery.
reading that one. Yeah. Like,
And
Oh,
so
dear.
if you make it out, you win. Congrats. You got to the door lock. You made it out of the room. But if you don't win, you're going to have scratching continue on your arms until it becomes unbearable. So you're going to feel a lot of painful scratches and like your arms are on fire. There's going to be a woman that appears in the mirror demanding that you return her baby.
Yeah, you flushed your baby. That's rude.
I agree. So my question for this game is why? Just why?
Why do people
Yeah.
play any of these? Like,
this one just borderlines on something I don't want to touch just because it's so, like, eh.
this one to me feels like a game born of trauma.
Yeah.
Someone who is going through loss and it turned into something completely else. But so to me, it feels like it's born out of some kind of trauma, someone that lost their baby, or had like a stillborn baby. But yeah, now it's just some evil fucking game. But also using the power of suggestion, because if you're imagining that you're holding something and you're saying it repeatedly that many times, the power of suggestion, you're going to start to feel the weight of that. It's almost trance-like. But man, the premise seems kind of sad.
Yeah, this was definitely a weird one, which is why I wanted to bring it up because, I mean, we have all of these games with dolls and demons, and all you need for this one is a bathroom.
It's like mini game La Llorona.
Right.
Yeah, I guess. She's coming for her baby. But, like,
Yeah.
the fact that you have to flush the baby, like, what the fuck?
God, La Llorona 2022.
Yeah, no
There you
kidding.
go. The sequel.
You want another bathroom one that does not
Sure.
involve babies?
Sounds like a shitty one to me.
All right. So this one requires you being naked too. So
Oh,
you're going to need a
no
bathtub
running shoes.
and salt. No running shoes. Bathtub and salt. You have to be naked in the bath.
Are they bath salts?
Not quite. Once you've left the bathroom, you cannot return for any reason that night or let anyone else enter. So try not to do this with your roommates home or family. Like, just go rent a hotel room or something. So you run a bath, and it doesn't matter the temperature of the water. Turn off all the lights and get in the bath. Sit in the middle facing the taps. Close your eyes and begin to wash your hair while saying, Daruma-san, fell down. And you say that, I guess, twice. Or you keep repeating it, actually. So you keep saying that and repeating these words. And as you do that, you should imagine a woman standing in the bathtub. As she stands, she slips and is impaled through the eye by a rusted tap. So this is, you're supposed to imagine this. You're envisioning this as you're washing your hair and saying that. You can continue to repeat the words until you've finished washing your hair. So if it's John, like, this is quick.
That's why I shaved my head.
Keep your eyes closed the entire time. You may hear someone in the bathtub behind you, but it is very important that your eyes remain closed. So don't take a peek. When you feel her presence, you should immediately ask, why did you fall in the bath? Ensuring that your eyes remain closed, you stand up and carefully, you don't want to end up like her, get out of the bathtub. She may try to trip or push you, so be prepared. Leave the bathroom immediately. Don't stop to dry yourself off or get dressed. Once you've left the bathroom, you can now open your eyes, but do not look back into the bathroom. Go to bed without draining the bath or turning on any lights. As soon as you wake up next, then the game begins. So it hasn't begun yet. So the game